Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Kuz's Corner. In the Kuz's Corner, we talk a lot of sports and a little music. I'm your host Kuz, and today we're going to talk sports. We're going to talk college football. I'm going to focus today on the West Virginia defense and how they're going to overcome and replace 3 stars on the defensive side of the ball and to include 2 All-Americans. Before I do, guys, I want to let you know I've had a very busy weekend. Didn't get to post yesterday. Worked a fundraiser for my daughter's travel basketball team. And also, my wife and I were replacing our refrigerator. So, life gets in the way, unfortunately. So, I wasn't able to post yesterday. Probably won't be able to post every day, but I'm going to try my best to post as many videos as I can. And hopefully, you guys will like what you hear. Subscribe to my channel. Like the videos. Comment. Let me know what you like, what you dislike. And just stay on this journey with me, guys. I really appreciate it as we talk about our beloved Mountaineers. Anyway, now to the topic of the day, the defense. Before I get started, I want to correct something I said on my offensive breakdown video a few days ago. I mentioned that Zach Frazier was playing guard and James Gamitter was playing center. I actually had those 2 guys backwards. Zach Frazier is listed as the first team center. James Gamitter is listed as the first team guard, along with Doug Nestor. Not sure how I got my wires crossed on that, but I wanted to make that correction. But that dovetails into the defensive discussion. According to the coaches, the best one-on-one battle they've seen all fall camp has been between Zach Frazier and Akeem Mesidor. 2 guys who were both freshman All-Americans last year, who performed at a high level as true freshmen. They've moved Akeem Mesidor now over to nose guard, which is why he's going one-on-one with Zach Frazier every day. Guys, Akeem Mesidor was a great pass rusher last year, so we know he can play that side of the line, that part of the defensive line. Imagine him at nose tackle. If he's that quick off the ball, has that much ball get off, he may occupy 2 blockers in the middle, guys. And if he does that, Dante Steele could have a field day at the defensive tackle position. And don't forget Taj Austin at defensive end. Taj Austin's a guy who's the coaching staff's had really high expectations for the last couple of years, but unfortunately has been plagued by injuries and hasn't got to play as much as he'd like. I look for him to have a big year. Another guy that I think will have a big year is Darius Cowan. Darius is another one that coaches have been talking a lot of good things about this fall camp, and he's another one that struggled with injury. And hopefully he's going to be back and healthy and ready to go this year. They said he's looked great all summer, and now in the fall camp he's looked great as well. And the defensive backfield, guys. It's one area, where that's where Tykee Smith was at. But we've got, don't forget, we've got Scotty Young, the transfer from Arizona, who didn't play last year until the bowl game. I think he'll replace Tykee Smith really well. Scotty's a great player. He's very highly touted himself. Coaching staff raves on him. And remember, Tykee Smith barely played in that bowl game last year, and Scotty Young filled in for him and played well. Now, obviously, we know that our bowl opponent last year, Army, doesn't throw the ball a whole lot. But Scotty's familiar with our scheme. He's been in the program now a full year. He's familiar with the scheme, and I think he's going to fill in nicely for Tykee in the defensive backfield. We've got Nick Troy Fortune back at cornerback. I think he's a great player, very mature, good leader. We've got Jackie Matthews, who the coaches have been saying has been giving Bryce Ford Wheaton all he can handle this fall. I think he's going to have a big year for us. And then rounding out the defensive backfield, we've got Sean Mahone, who's a returning starter, and Alonzo Adai, who's a returning starter. So we've got guys coming back who played a lot of college football and a lot of big games. And I really think the depth of this year is going to be the benefit of this team. And then in the backups, don't forget we've got 3 transfers who played at the D1 level, guys. We've got Lance Dixon and Deshaun Stevens, who both played linebacker at the D1 level. Deshaun Stevens, the transfer from Maine, and Lance Dixon, the transfer from Penn State. And in the defensive backfield, you've got Charles Woods, who transferred in from Illinois State, and he's going to be he's listed as Jackie Matthews' backup right now. And guys, don't forget, you remember Kerry Martin Jr., who actually started a little bit as a freshman a couple years ago. He sat out last year due to COVID. He's a West Virginia kid, and he's back this year. He's listed as a backup, one of the backup safeties. So he's going to help. They've got depth there. He's played in big-time college football games. And let's not leave out the linebacker position. Tony Fields out of the middle. Another great player that we're losing on the defensive side of the ball. Josh Chandler-Samito, he showed in the bowl game that he can step right into that role, and I think he'll do a fantastic job filling Tony Field's shoes. And there again, he's a guy that's been a starter for us. He's played in big-time games. The other starting linebacker is X-Ray Lowe. And X-Ray Lowe, great story in X-Ray Lowe. He's been with the program. He's a redshirt senior. He's contributed a lot on special teams, but has not gotten to play a whole lot on the defensive side of the ball. Instead of transferring out to go play somewhere else, guys, he's stuck with the program, and now he's listed as the first-team starter at linebacker for WVU. I really hope this kid has a great year. I love stories like this where guys stick with programs, they're loyal, and they just stick it out and work hard and earn that spot. And that's what X-Ray Lowe's done, and I would love to see him have a big year this year, and I think he can. But guys, defense, I think our defense is going to just pick right up where they left off from last year. And I think, to be honest, because of our depth now, I think we may be even better than we were last year. May not have as many individually talented guys, but we will be deeper with more experience and have the talent to go along with it. So I really think that our defense this year is not going to take a step back. Instead, I think they take a step forward. And before I go, even though this is mainly focused on defense, I want to mention the special teams real quick too. According to Coach Brown, Casey Legg has looked really good in fall camp kicking the ball. He's actually competing right now with Evan Staley to be the starting place kicker. You know, Staley's returning from an injury, an ACL injury, if I'm not mistaken. And he's done a really good job of working hard to get back, and he's kicking the ball pretty well, according to Coach Brown. But Casey Legg's looking good too. And Casey Legg's got a bigger leg as far as distance goes. So that might, if he can kick the ball as accurate as Staley, I look for him to potentially be our starting place kicker this year. And then don't rule out Tyler Sumter, the transfer from Troy, who Coach Brown picked up last year, who's listed as a starting punter. He could also come in and do some place kicking as well. So I think there's going to be a lot of competition on the special team side of the ball that will help there as well. And we all know that under the Coach Holgorsen regime, special teams was always one of our biggest weaknesses. Under Coach Brown, that has not been the case. We've had a solid special teams group. We've not been great at special teams by any means, but they've been solid. And I think they're going to continue to get better because Coach Brown emphasizes special teams. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Comment, let me know what you think, what you like, what you don't like, your opinion on West Virginia's defense this year and how you think they'll look. Once again, please hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget the notification bell, guys. If you hit that notification bell, it will let you know when I post future videos and get them uploaded. So hit that notification bell as well. And before I go, I want to give a special shout out to a random subscriber. I want to shout out today to Brandon Bailey. I'm going to start trying to do some random shout outs to subscribers, guys. I appreciate you subscribing. But remember, I can't see your name as a subscriber if you have your subscriptions on private. And that's okay. If you want to keep them on private, that's fine. But if I don't mention you in a shout out, it's not that I don't appreciate it. It's just that I may not see your name. And I may not get to you this week. But I want to give a shout out to Brandon Bailey. And also want to give a shout out to Junior Bailey, two of my first subscribers. I appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. And until next time, peace out.